Uh, we decided to join Lakewood because we were always talked about we would stay at home. We would do whatever was needed. I love the yard work. He does not love the yard work. But we were going to stay at home, and I promised him I would keep him at home if anything happened. And I think it's a very affordable program. But the most important thing to me was the accessibility of the healthcare coordination. Again, Kelsey is my caseworker, and as Bill said, to have one person that in whatever happened, you have one phone number that you can call and you have instantaneous help. I also think that it's nice little tax deduction, part of your fees, which is the same with Lakewood. My mother was a resident of Lakewood for 12 years and went from independent living through everything down to the health care toward the end. It's a wonderful place. It would suit me fine. It would not suit my husband. So when they started talking about this new product called Lakewood at Home, I was listening and also chatting up some ears. 5 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with a terminal brain disease that has no treatment and no cure. And he was told anywhere from 2 to 17 years. Well, that's kind of broad. And once you get a diagnosis like that, then a lot of doors are slammed as to what your options are. And so I'm frantically thinking, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And how am I going to do this? And we'd already had the conversation we wanted to stay at home. So when I start hearing little inklings about we had this little other project that we're thinking about program, then I want to be in there and I want to give you some suggestions. I want to tell you what I need. And what I needed at that time was a care coordinator. I did not want to have to be on the telephone, as Sally said, calling up trying to find a CNA, calling up trying to find a reliable therapist of any type. And one of the grand things about my mother being at Lakewood was when she fell and broke her hip and then needed rehab. I didn't have to get on a phone looking for a rehab facility that would take her. It was just make a phone call back to Lakewood saying, have a bed ready, we're coming on Tuesday. And so having had that experience with Mother in Lakewood, that's what I was looking for, but at home. We were also needing help. Let me look at my notes. With someone who could take care of me if I needed surgery, because my husband is unable to do that. If I needed a shoulder replacement, or if I fell and broke an arm, or if I got a cancer diagnosis, I needed someone who could also take care of him, but also take care of me as well. My son lives in California with his family. My daughter lives in North Carolina with her family. I've got no immediate family here in town. And as you've heard, just the peace of mind. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I know that I've got a plan in place, a solid plan in place, and I have been very pleased with the 2 years that I've been a member. I'm hoping to never need services. I'm hoping that I'll just, about 30 years down the road, not wake up one morning having played a round of golf the day before. But we don't all have that luxury. But someone said, I'm hoping that my down payment and my monthly payment will be a nice little charitable donation to Virginia Baptist Homes and Lifespire. And that's the way I look at it. My husband happened to have fallen in beginning of May, we were vacationing in Hilton Head. I take that back. We had just arrived in Hilton Head, and he fell and broke his shoulder. Fortunately, he did not have to have surgery, but it was 6 weeks in a immobilizing sling and with his dominant arm. So you can imagine. But so the first real service that I have had to require was to call my caseworker, Kelsey, and say, the orthopedic wants therapy not to begin until 6 weeks after the fall. But my husband needs care now. He needs self-help care now. And getting in and out of chairs, in and out of a car, in and off a commode, showering. We need to be able to do those things in our home without him messing up the other shoulder and arm. Can you get services for us? Can we get an OT in here to help him before he is released by the orthopedic for the physical therapy? And Kelsey and our regular GP arranged that so that within the week an OT was there helping my husband. Also, when you're accepted, they will send an OT to your house to look around and tell you what you need to improve in your house for living. And one of the things the OT had told us was you need grab bars in your shower, which I agreed, but I had procrastinated and had not done that. Well, now I've got a one-armed husband, and I need grab bars in my shower. And I called the neighborhood help people and called the companies that they recommended, and it was going to be like a month to 6 weeks before they could get to me. That didn't do me any good. So I called Kelsey. Kelsey, I need grab bars. Who do you suggest? And she gave me the name, and those bars were installed within a week. So there again, the peace of mind of knowing you've got a resource, a one-shop stop that you can, for any of your needs, have. And I highly recommend it to all of my friends.